What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got Bellator 271, Cyborg versus Kavanagh. I might have mispronounced that, man. Sorry if I did. Predictions, breakdown, guys. Before I get started, smash that thumbs up button, show me some love, subscribe to this channel, smash that thumbs up button so these videos can get out. Also, sign up to my Patreon account, guys. That's where I leave all my face-off predictions, all my prop bets, and all my combination parlays, okay? So stuff that I want to change up, that's where I'm going to leave it at, you know, on my Patreon account, okay? Because sometimes I may see something on the face-offs, and I might like, you know, most of the time I may just switch out one or two people. Sometimes I might go four. It just depends on what I see on the face-offs. But like I said, sign up to that Patreon account, smash the thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. We got 11 fights in this card. This Bellator card is over there in Hollywood, Florida. So a lot of guys from American Top Team are fighting on this card. A lot of them. We're going to jump straight into it, guys. I'm trying to get this fight out to you early like I promised. So today is what? Eastern Tuesday. The UFC, I may get that out to you maybe either tonight or tomorrow, which is Wednesday. So I'm trying to get these cards out to you guys earlier than trying to get it to you in the last minute, like 4 hours before the fights, okay? Plus, you know, it would be better for me too because I get to get my workout. If I do it earlier, people get to see it, you know what I'm saying, a longer stretch of time, right? A period of time, okay? First fight here, guys. And actually this card here is an interesting card. It's not a bad card, actually. It's an interesting card, and it seems pretty straightforward. And I can tell the odds are going to be high on these guys, but I see some upsets, though. There could be one or two, maybe three upsets on this card. But it seems straightforward, but I'm going to go through it and explain to you, you know, which ones are the upset. And also I'm going to look at the odds them too, okay? But like I said, if I make changes, it's going to be on my Patreon. So sign up to that Patreon, man. It's not that much, I believe. I think I have one set there for, I believe it's like $4.99 a month or $3.99 a month, and then I have a next set for like $10.99. So, and both of those are gonna have the face-off plays in them, and it depending on like if you want the combination parlays or the props, I believe the props is going to be on the $10.99. But I mean, it really helps out because I put a lot of work into this channel, and I put a lot of work into breaking down the fights. It's not easy to come here and break down these fights, man. Break down each person. You know, remember, I'm watching videos on each person. It doesn't matter if I see them fight already or I know the fighter. I still go back and watch videos on them just to assure myself, just to make sure. So each guy, I'm watching videos on each guy. It can take me hours to do that. It takes a lot of time to do that, man. And then I gotta do the UFC, so it's not easy. So it really helps out if you guys can subscribe to that Patreon. And also hit the thumbs up and try to get these videos out so I can grow my channel more. Okay? First fight here, guys. We got Muhammad Frazier Sebi versus Ethan Hughes. Muhammad here is coming out of American Top Team. Like I said, there are going to be a lot of American Top Team guys in this card because this card is going to be at the Hard Rock in Florida. Alright. He has a wrestling base, a strong wrestling base actually. He's actually Olympian, man. He's very athletic. Likes to do the suplex, catch you. He lays up the hands and throw you. The suplex after suplex. This guy is very athletic, and his workout videos are pretty good too. Let me see here. He's striking though. He's striking. It still needs a little work. You know, I mean, I could see where he's kind of like, you know, maybe too over aggressive with it and try to finish the guy too quickly. So he has to learn to pace himself a little bit. But it's coming along. You know, that's just part of the game. His strength is just wrestling. So I mean, I'm not expecting him to have like, you know, the best or awesome stand-up or the most technical stand-up. It takes time to learn that. Just like if a guy knows stand-up and his ground is not good, it's going to take a little moment, you know, to achieve the ground game, you know. At least to be more comfortable with it, okay? His tennis is ground and pound. Once he gets you down, he's ruthless with the ground and pound, right? But like I said, he gets a little wild with the ground and pound, and he needs to pace himself because it depending on who he's fighting. If he's fighting a guy that can take the punches and can pace themselves, then if he goes to further rounds, yeah, I'm not sure how his gas tank is. I mean, he's basically first round finishing these guys. Straight first round finishes, man. So if he's fighting an experienced guy who can take those shots and he goes later rounds, how is he gonna, last with these other guys in second, third round? You're dealing with punching, kicking, and takedown. I mean, his wrestling is good, but when you start mixing up punches and everything like that, you could guess out. But everything looks good. His wrestling is good, and I say he's trained American Top Team and he's learned to strike and everything like that. And he's a very athletic guy, quick, and is very aggressive. His opponent here, Ethan Hughes. Ethan Hughes will be the more experienced guy here. Yeah, the amateur here. So, he's been doing it a little longer. Again, Sebi or Muhammad just kind of started in 2021 actually. But I say the guy's an Olympian, man. So he's been doing this for a long time, over hundreds of wrestling matches. But like I said, this is MMA, and when there's punches and kicks, all these things, it plays a difference, right? Ethan Hughes is a more experienced guy. Also has a good amateur there. Undefeated. Like I said, Sebi has a wrestling base though, and Sebi's wrestling is more elite than Ethan. Ethan look like he has a wrestling base too, but Sebi's wrestling is takedowns. He's quick. The guy, I mean, Sebi's fast, man. He's quick, athletic. Hughes is going to be the slower fighter here. He's slow at the takedown, slow at the movement. Sebi is a quicker guy and more explosive and more athletic guy. Hughes is predictable with his strikes. He throws punches and bunches, and he keeps the pace, and he keeps a good volume. But he's slow. You can see everything coming, and the takedowns are slow. And sometimes he doesn't get the takedown, and he can also get taken down too. He has a submission game though, so he would throw up the armbar. So like I said, he will throw up the armbar. So if Sebi is not careful, it takes him down, and he's in his guard. This guy here, Ethan, can possibly throw up an armbar. Like I said, there could be upsets in this card, guys. The cards seem straightforward, but when you have guys that are, they're not too experienced in MMA, like anything can happen, man. Ethan here, he has the heart though, and he's not going to give up. He's going to keep coming forward. But for this fight here, I can see Sebi taking him down. Sebi's just a quicker guy, man. Sebi is a more explosive guy here. Ethan Hughes striking it peppers a lot, but nothing really to one-hitter quitter or knock you out. So I'm going to push towards Sebi here for the win. And I must say Sebi by KO TKO in the first round by ground and pound. But I'm not confident because, like I said, these guys making he's not making his debut, but he only has like 3 fights, even though he's an Olympian and he's just got his first win back in 2021 of January. Fighting a guy like Hughes, a little more experience. From what I've seen from his footages, he's still learning. He's kind of green. I mean, but the strength factor is on Sebi. Sebi just more explosive. Sebi's a better wrestler. If you have to look up both guys and try to see what shines more, I would say Sebi shines more with his Olympian wrestling because he's done it longer than this kid here, Hughes has, right? Hughes is more of a mixture, but Sebi has elite wrestling. So I can see him as getting this fight done quickly and just most likely ground and pounding. So Sebi in the first round, guys, by ground and pound, and I'm not confident. All right. Next fight here. We have Jordan Newman versus Shane O'Shea. So next fight here. Jordan Newman, man, comes out of Rufus Sport there. Wrestling base again. Will move forward with striking, but his striking is predictable. So sometimes he doesn't take his head off on the line. He can get popped with shots. He get popped with shots coming forward. He's hittable. His chin is kind of high up. You know what I mean? But his wrestling is decent. So if you just get the wrestling and take you down, then it's different. But if he's there striking with you, you know, there could be a chance, right, that he may get knocked out or get hurt in the feet. Like an example, that fight in the UFC, Hayes. I told you with Cris and Hayes, with Cris versus Hayes, I told you, right? Hayes was like negative 300. I told you, I said, he's a good wrestler. But if he goes in there and try to box and strike with Cris, it's a possibility that he could go to sleep, that he could lose a fight. And that's exactly what happened. He went in there, didn't implement his game plan. He's a wrestler. What is he doing standing up in front of a guy like Cris who's a boxer? The guy can box, man. And he's standing up right in front of him, peppering him with shots. I mean, he could strike, you know, but his striking is to set up his wrestling. And there was times where he looked like he was going to go for a double leg, and then he lets it go. And when I saw that, in my mind, I'm saying, you know what, man? Cris is going to knock out Hayes. I said it in my mind. I said, Cris is going to knock Hayes out, man. I said, damn, Hayes is going to lose this fight. And that's exactly what happened, because what Cris was doing was baiting him. Cris was just making him hit him, and he could take the shots because he's used to taking hits because he's a boxer. So he takes some shots, and then he time him, and then he catch him. And then what happened to Hayes? He got dazed, stung, and then he got knocked out. So you got to stick to your strengths, man. If you're fighting somebody that's known as a striker, and the guy's a pretty decent striker, you got to go to where his weakness is. And Chris's weakness is his takedowns, because he's kind of flat-footed and he's looking to land a one-hitter quitter. The guy has 16 by knockouts, and Hayes is standing up in front of him trying to box with him. Oh, man. That's bad fight IQ. Bad fight IQ. That's bad. Whoever came up with that game plan, they did horrible in that one. He should have. The little bit of boxing that Hayes was doing was fine for a little while, for maybe like a couple minutes or so. Then the time when he went for that double, he should have completed it. He should have kept on pushing, grinding. When he actually hit Cris a couple times and Cris was looking like he was getting kind of stung, that's when he should have used his wrestling after that. He was trying to completely like show that he could strike with him, and that doesn't make any sense, because Hayes is not a boxer like that. He's more of a wrestler. So this fight here, this guy opponent here, Shane, from what I see from Shane, man, I mean, he's gonna have the 4-inch of height here. Not sure about the reach though, but from what I see from him, his striking doesn't look bad, man. And he looks pretty well rounded to me, man. He's slightly a little bit slow at the movement, but he will keep throwing though, and he throw with a lot of volume. 4-inch of height. It looks like he's gonna have a longer reach. So I mean, that's what I have here, because it doesn't really show here. But he can get taken down though. But he will attempt to scramble up to his foot, and he's gonna be the more experienced guy here, man. This guy gonna be the more experienced guy by far. If you look at Jordan Newman here, yeah, he's 3-0, but he has one amateur in 2018, 2019, and Shane. I mean, Shane been fighting for a little bit, right? I've also have an amateur here, way back from 2013. Like I said, there could be upsets in this card, man. And Shane doesn't look bad at striking. He fights long, kind of technical with the striking. The only thing that he can get taken down. Let me see here. Shane here is going to be the more experienced striker here. So Shane gonna have the better striking than Newman does. But the wrestling edge, I gotta give the wrestling to Newman. So if Newman comes in here and get past the reach, which he should, and get the double single leg, okay. But if Newman gonna stay out there outside out range, to where Shane can tee off on him from a longer range, because Shane gonna have the reach advantage. You hit him with a jab and set up from outside, and Newman possibly could get knocked out in this fight or get hurt in the feet. So this is a fight where it all depends on the game planning. And like I said, Shane doesn't look bad to me, man. And he's going to be the more experienced guy here. Like I said, he can get submitted here. He can get taken down, but he does have submissions. And he can knock you out on the feet. And his striking doesn't look bad. It's not bad striking. He fights long too. He's a longer guy with a reach advantage. I'm going to go with Newman here, guys, for the win, but this one I'm not confident in either. So you got to be careful with this one. I mean, wrestling base only, if Newman come in here and shoots and get takedowns, different. But from what I see from Newman, sometimes he likes to strike with you, and striking, he's hittable. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do what Hayes does and stand out there, then it could be a short night for Newman. So hopefully he doesn't do that. So, but I'm going to go Newman here, man. I'm going to say Jordan Newman, and hopefully, you know, you go for takedown. Like I said, he's at Rick Rufus Sport. So, or Rufus Sport. So, I mean, there's good striking over there. So, he should be getting better with the striking. But again, he's more of a wrestler. So, I'm going to say Newman by decision, guys, and I'm not confident. Okay? Next fight here. We have Valerie Loureda versus Taylor Turner. Valerie is back again after her last loss. They're trying to give her a win here. She has more of a taekwondo base here. Her ground game has been getting better. You know, there's still little holes there need to be worked on. But like I said, she's learning. Her punches, her boxing got better though, and her movement, her kicking was always there because of taekwondo base, right? I mean, she's aggressive. I mean, her hands looks good. Against the Hannah guy fight, she knocked her down. But what happened with her is that she's in Guy's guard, and Guy's throwing up arm bars. I believe she broke her arm in that fight because Guy got on an arm bar and broke the arm. So, but she's still, you know, she's still hanging there, and she's been to a decision, but she lost the fight because of all of the armbar attempts, and she just wasn't, you know, she was in sticky situations because of the ground. And Hannah Guy is more ruthless. She more push, grind. It's like she's not gonna give up. She would keep looking for submission, right? Her opponent here, Turner. Turner is not like Guy, so she's a little bit more. We just give in. So if Valerie get her down, and Valerie, you know, did what she did with Guy, then she will win the fight against Turner. Because Turner, you know, she will still throw up submissions, but her submission that she likes is her submissions that she favors are. I can tell you here, guys. Hold on. What submissions is like? I believe she likes the. When it says a rear naked choke, but she's gonna have the 6-inch of height though, and a 7-inch of reach, which is freaking massive. 7-inch of reach and 6-inch of height. She's gonna be hovering over Valerie, man, and long reach too. But her striking, man, needs a lot of work, man. She has no striking. So like I said, you could have that reach and height, but if you don't know how to use it, then it doesn't even matter, right? So this fight, her reach and her height doesn't matter. It only could matter if Valerie's in her guard. They just start throwing up arm bars, but I don't think she look for arm bars. She look for more to chokes. Let me see. She's long and has the strength more in the clinch. So when she tie up in the clinch, that is where she's stronger at, because she looks for the takedowns from in the clinch. Let me see, submissions. She has some ground and pound, and a rear naked choke is what she looks for. So she don't look for armbar. So if Valerie get her on her back, which she can, if Valerie put this girl on her back, it's over. Because she's just going to ground and pound her. Because she doesn't throw up no armbar. She only do a rear naked choke. So she only gets you when she can get you down and get you back. Which is possible because she's strong in the clinch. But Loureda, she should win this fight though. Because like I said, from her last opponent there that she had, Guy is more ruthless and consistent, and she has more variety of submissions that she can pop off. And the armbar was Guy, more of Guy's thin. Turner is more of the rear naked choke. So, and I can see Valerie just out muscling this girl strength wise, her boxing, heavier hits. This Turner woman here has no striking. You know, she has a reach and height, but she don't know how to use it because she has no footwork. She don't know how to set up anything. So it's not gonna be any threat. So Valerie should win this fight, but again, We see upsets all the time, and anything is possible. But I'm liking Valerie Loureda for this fight. And I'm gonna say Valerie by first round KO TKO, most likely probably ground and pound. But like I said, I'm not confident because Valerie's still learning, and Turner, you know, she's more experienced, and you know, she will go around and pull off fights here and there, man. Sneaky wins here and there. You just never know. You never know. But Valerie Loureda by first round KO TKO, guys. Next fight here, we have Cody Law versus Colton Hamm. I'm kind of high in Cody Law here. He's a good prospect. Well-rounded guy, strong wrestling base. And they're still working on Cody here. You know, they're still trying to build him up, give him some more experience here, right? Which, you know, is the right thing to do, because the guy, you know, he's only, what, 4-0? I mean, he has like a couple amateur fights here, 5 amateur fights here, and he's 4-0. I mean, they have 9 wins overall, plus amateur. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's the right thing to do for this guy here, you know what I'm saying? So, his opponent here, Colton. Colton here, his striking needs work. He more winds up, throw leg kicks with no control, flat-footed, hittable. He seems to have a wrestling base, and his thing is more the wrestling, so he needs to get to the ground and look for submission. I'm kind of high on Law for this fight, man. I can see Law finishing this guy KO TKO in the first round. This is a confident pick for me, and I'm liking Law for this fight, guys. I'm gonna say Law by KO TKO in the first round, and I'm confident. And Law is over there in American Top Team also. All right, so Law for the win, KO TKO first round. Next fight here, we got Roman Faraldo versus Robert Turnquest. Roman here. Roman has hands, man. He will look for the knockouts, accurate. He has 5 by knockout. He's going to have a 2-inch reach in this fight. And he's coming out American. I believe he trains the American Top Team also. So like I said, there's a lot of American Top Team guys on this card, because the card is going to be over there in Hollywood and the Hard Rock, right? His opponent here, Robert. Robert hasn't fought since 2019. This is an experienced guy here, man. His judo background, their base. He wants to get this fight to the ground, so he usually try to sweep you and trip you to get you to the ground. He will look for doubles and single legs also. But this guy will grind in the first round, grind. And in the clinch is where it's dangerous, because that's where he can do most of his sweeps and throws. He would gas out though in the first round, but he tends to kind of come back in the later rounds. He needs a sub in this fight to win, and usually he needs a sub in the first round. Most of his submissions are in the first round, right? This guy is not a guy to really play with too much. You can't take him too lightly, because his judo, he will sweep you and trip you, and then put you in a kind of a crucifix kind of vibe, where he locks your arm in, and then he twists with the hips, and then he pop your elbow. So he will pop that arm, man. Pop the arm, break the arm by just twisting the arm to the other direction, by having like a crucifix, right? It's kind of like an arm lock kind of vibe he's doing to his legs. So you kind of arm lock your legs in, and he kind of bend. And when he bend in, they just, I mean, there's a fight here with the guy that he had it in, the guy didn't even tap, and his arm is just like breaking left, right, and center. Like, he's like spring. He's like, his arm was like a sock. I'm like, dude, you know, if people put you in arm bars, man, and, you know, I'm saying the arm like it's going to break, tap, man. Okay, you know, that guy arm is destroyed. His arm is totally destroyed. That doesn't make any sense to me. You know, that doesn't make you look tough. That makes you look, you know, like you don't know what you're doing. You know, if you feel the arm is going to pop, it's most likely it's going to pop. Always go with your feelings, man. This one here, man, what I see from Roman is the American Top Team, and I see some ground game from him where he's sprawling and stuff like that, and Roman's hands are pretty lethal, man. I mean, the guy pack a punch. I mean, the guy could hit. And Turnquest here, I believe he's been knocked out a couple of times. So just as long as Roman don't get caught in that submission, that Turnquest usually put everybody in. You know what I'm saying? That crucifix kind of vibe where you got your arm, you know, you got your arm trapped between his legs, then, you know, and you could be in problems. He has to twist out of that, but man, you're twisting out, you're like twisting into it, and you know there's no direction to go because you got your real pin really nice in that. Let me see something here, guy. I want to see something about Turnquest here. Yeah, man. Where's Turnquest? Turnquest. Robert Turnquest. He's been knocked out 3 times there. Doesn't really have much striking, but he does throw wild though. He's a pretty aggressive guy that throws wild, but he's looking to take it to the ground. So if Ramon, you know, if you avoid the ground, you know, he should win this fight. Don't get caught in that submission that he has there. He should be good. If you get caught in that, he could be a problem. But I'm going to go with Ramon here. I'm going to say Ramon by KO TKO, guys, in the 2nd round. And I'm not confident. Alright. Next fight here, guys. We have Bruna Ellen versus Desiree Dirty Des. Yanez. Dirty Des. Bruna Ellen here. Bruna Ellen is pretty decent fighter, man. I actually like how she moves in there. She has decent footwork. She hasn't fought since 2019 though, but she's pretty legit though. She wants to strike. Give me a second here, guys. Damn, these guys, they're cutting the lawn. Yeah, give me 1 second here, guys. 1 second. Let this guy pass first. It's like I'm trying to talk over that. No way, man. There's no way that's gonna happen. Alright, now a plane is passing by. Oh man, we got plane, we got blowers outside, we got everything going on. Yeah, I usually, when I do my work, or when I'm doing anything, I usually do it in nature. I usually have my back door open, let the fresh air come in. You know what I'm saying? That nice chi, that nice zen, you know what I'm saying? That zen vibe, that meditation vibe, you know what I mean? Get that fresh air, man. I don't really mess with the AC too much. I don't play with the AC, man. You need fresh air, man. The fresh air is good air for you, man. Good for your lungs, it's good for your body. Locking up in a house with the AC running, that's not good. It's bad for your skin. It dries out your skin, and it's bad for your breathing. It's bad for your lungs. It's bad for your organs. It's good to get that fresh nature air, man. I just came from a workout too, so every morning, man, I get out there in the sun and I get my workout, man. Every 7 days a week, man. So damn, I got a lot of these blowers going on. Yeah, in 1 second here, guys. Alright, let's see. Damn, these guys are killing it. That's actually coming from behind me, actually. Because I have my back door open here, but that's coming from behind me. So there's like no... Even if I lock my sliding door here, it's still going to make noise. Oh, man. Okay, it sounds like they're leaving now. Okay, leaving. Yeah. Hold on here, man. Man, this guy's messing up production. This guy's messing up production, dude. He's messing up production, man. Oh man. Damn. Alright, so okay, so with Ellen here, man, she has decent striking. She mixes it up well, mixes up the hands with the feet, decent combinations. She got a black sash in Kung Fu, and her striking is pretty accurate, man, and she's quick. I like how she strikes, man. I never really did notice her too much from before, but when I started looking deeply into her, you know, and then looking at Instagram and stuff like that, and do my research, she's very technical, man. She's a very skilled striker, dude. I like how she strikes, man. And her ground game, it's pretty decent. She will sprawl and stop with takedowns. She will also look for takedowns too. Her opponent, her Dirty Des, Dirty Des. Dirty Des here, she will look for the takedown. I feel like Dirty Des wants to push more of the takedown from what I see from all her fights. She's more of a grinder. She will also look to strike, but compared to the two women here, Ellen is a more technical striker here, man. I mean, Des will throw the hands. I mean, don't get it wrong. And she's aggressive. She got the heart. But Ellen is just way more technical striker, in my opinion. Let me see. Yeah, and I would say Ellen is a more skilled fighter here. But Des, you know, you can't sleep on her because she push takedown, grind. She just keep coming forward and she's not going to stop. So even though Ellen is hitting her with strikes, this is a girl that will just keep coming forward. You know what I mean? I mean, she lost to Ortega here. She lost to Melissa Martinez, which was on the Combati here. You guys remember that? This is the next tough one here, guys. When it comes to certain women fights, you know, this fight to me is a little close. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit closer because Dirty Desiree, you know, she will grind. And she will keep pushing. May not be as technical as Ellen, but she will keep coming at you, right? I'm going to go with Ellen here for the win, guys. And I'm going to say Ellen by decision. But I'm not confident in this one because I could see Des getting a win here. Like I said, there could be some upsets here, guys, which I'm going to go through that with you. But I'm liking Ellen for the win, but don't be surprised if Dirty Des pull off a win here by maybe a split. But I got Ellen by decision, guys, and I'm not confident. All right? Like I said, Ellen hasn't fought since 2019 also. And Dirty Des just basically fought this year in April. So, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go with Ellen by decision. Not confident. Next fight here, we have Steve Morrow versus Rakim Cleveland. Steve Morrow here is going to have the 5-inch of height and 2-inch of reach. This is a tall dude, man. 6'8", man. This guy's a tall dude, man. But he can't get hurt on the feet, though. Right? His head is kind of straight up, and he stiff at the movement, stiff at the striking. But his thing is his takedowns and his wrestling, and he has a good submission game. He would throw the hands, and he has a height and reach, and he will connect, but he just slow at the movement. So depending on who you fight, if the guy's a quicker fighter, he can come right over the top and catch him on the chin, and he will go down. But then he will recover though, right? And then he will recover into taking you down. This is thin though, man. He's fighting this guy with a call Rakim, which Rakim is a very experienced guy, man. Rakim is going to be the more experienced guy here. Rakim is I want to say probably the entire card here. Rakim could be Linton. Other than Linton, Vassell, and Cris Cyborg. I would say Rakim was maybe the third most experienced guy here. So Rakim, you know, the guy is, I mean, he's no joke. He's pretty well-rounded guy too. I have a lot of fights in PFL too, man. Fought a lot of different guys. A ton of Bowser, Rob Morrow. I mean, you've been fighting for a while, man. From 2010, Derek Lewis, he fought Derek Lewis twice actually. A lot of Russian guys from PFL he fight. Maxim Grishin, Victor Nemkov. This guy's experienced. He used to be at 205, but he went up to 265 now. So right now he's a little bit of a bigger guy. May not be as quick as he used to be, and he's still athletic. He has 14 by KO and 6 by submission, but he's been submitted 7 times. I think that's his weakness. He can get taken down and he can get submitted depending on the opponent he's fighting. So he's fighting a guy like Morrow who can get the takedowns and Morrow can get the submissions. Alright, Morrow can get the submissions. This is why, you know, when I see fights like this, the fights are set up for the guy to actually win, but then the guy go in there and then stand up in front of the guy and then try to strike. This is a fight where Morrow should get the takedown and get the submission, right? Striking with Rakim is risky because Rakim is going to be the heavier striker here. Slightly a little bit slow at the movement, but he's still kind of quick for the 265 weight class for the heavyweight, and he has a freaking washy head kick there, and he has overhands and he has body shots and he's nasty in the clinch, right? And he will also look for takedowns and he will also look for submission. He got 6 by submission, but he's been submitted 7 times. So this is a fight where it's risky. It's a risky fight for Steve Morrow. This is going to be the toughest task for Steve. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be the toughest fight for him. So this is a fight where I'm not confident in this one at all, man. I mean, the fact that Rakim can get taken down, I would have to go towards Steve because Steve has that wrestling there and he will look for the takedown. But again, you know, when him standing up, his head is straight up. He's actually going to be the slower guy here with the striking. And Rakim could just come over the top, man. And then that's it. And it's game over. Game over, man. And Rakim has the experience to do that. This is one of the upsets here I see. This is probably one of the biggest upsets in the card I see here. And I can guarantee that Morrow may be a high favorite. There's sometimes, guys, there's fights that I'm kind of stuck on because it's like, all depending on the game plan. The guy has the tools to win. He has it. You know, Steve has the tools to win, but will he go in there and implement it? Hayes has the tools to beat Cris, but will Hayes go in there and implement it? Or is he going to stand in front of him and then try to box? I mean, Morrow could go in here and box with Rakim and then, you know, and then put him out because he's going to have a 2-inch reach and he's a taller guy and everything like that. But then Rakim experience could just come out of the top, off of that jab, and catch him. And that's it. I'm going to go with Morrow for the win here, guys, but definitely not confident, and you may can see an upset from Rakim because Rakim is a very experienced guy, and you can't sleep on him. I'm going to say Morrow by submission in the first round, but I'm not confident, guys. All right. Next fight here, we have Arlene Blencowe versus Pam versus Pam Sorenson. All right, Arlene here. Arlene is going to be the heavier striker here, man. She can get taken down though, but she's been working on it. So you see her lateral move and get off the cage. She's durable though, and she's very experienced. She fought Cris Cyborg, you know what I'm saying? And you know, she kind of hang with her for a little bit, but it's hard to find people to fight Cris Cyborg because Cris Cyborg is just so powerful. She's such a dominant striker and dominant everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Her strikes are not regular. Even though Arlene has those kind of strikes of what Cris Cyborg has though. You know, there's different kind of striking when it comes to the woman. You have the woman out there that kind of pity-pat kind of strike. You know, it's not much, nothing like, you know, there's nothing on the punches. Then you have the Cris Cyborg strike that is like, dude, is like heavy. I'm not going to say compared to a man, but it's heavy. It's like one punch and you're out. You know, if you look at Arlene, she possesses that. She possesses that one punch and you're out. It's not every woman in the like, kind of like Amanda Nunes too. Amanda Nunes possesses that too. Only certain woman has that, right? Pam don't possess that power. But what Pam possesses is the more the takedown, and she could potentially look for a submission, which Arlene, I believe, been submitted a couple of times. I could be wrong, but she's been taken down. She can get taken down, and I believe she's been submitted. I think the ground game is her weakness, but like I said, she's been working on it though. Pam is a grinder, and we look for takedowns. She's gonna be slow at the movement though, and she's hittable, right? Arlene been submitted 5 times. Pam is hittable. Head don't leave center line, kind of zombie mode, kind of walk towards you. She only got 1 by KO. She only has 1 by submission, but she has 7 by decision because she's a grinder. So her thing is just to take you down. I guarantee you she's going to come into this fight trying to look for takedowns. So this is a fight where Pam could possibly grind on a win here. Strong possibility. If you look at Arlene's fight against Leslie Smith, Pam kind of similar to Leslie Smith. May not be the strike like how Leslie Smith strike, but that kind of like head straight up, kind of straightforward zombie mode. You know what I'm saying? But Pam will look for takedowns. If Arlene is unable to stop Pam's takedowns, obviously Pam gonna win the fight. This is a fight where it's a toss-up. It's an even match. You know, for the fact that Arlene can get taken down. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Arlene been working on it, and Arlene hits heavy, so it doesn't take much. You know, if Arlene connect 1 or 2 times, yeah, it could knock her out. There's possibility she has 8 by knockout, but I mean, Pam has never been finished though. That's what you need to look at. Okay, she's been submitted 1 time. She's never been knocked out though. It could be the first time she get knocked out. She hasn't really faced anybody with that kind of power, really, like what Arlene has. I mean, not from what I see. I mean, Caitlin Young, maybe. I'm going to go Arlene here for the win, guys, but I'm not confident. Pam is a tough woman, man. She can take a hit and keep on coming. So I'm going to say Arlene by a decision, but Pam could edge the victory here too, guys. So be careful with this one. So Arlene by decision. Pico versus Justin Gonzales. Pico, you know, Pico, strong wrestling base, good boxing there, well-rounded, strong wrestling, good striking. Only thing though, you know, is that he can get caught with a punch. And when he gets caught, he gets knocked out. That's the thing. He can also get submitted too. But that's earlier in his fight here. He got submitted one time here. But his back-to-back fights here, he got knocked out. It's just he can get caught. And he gets caught when he's not in his game. When he's trying to be over-aggressive or he's trying to... kind of like Hayes does, you know. He's trying to do too much of something where he needs to mix it up. You know what I mean? Let me see here. On paper, Pico is supposed to can beat this guy here. He's supposed to can beat Gonzales on paper, right? He's going to have the better striking here, the better striking game than Gonzales, and his wrestling is even better than Gonzales. Pico is better everywhere this fight goes, right? It all depends if he's going to mix it up. You know what I'm saying? If he's going to if he's going to strike with Gonzales, yeah, he could beat him there too. But then there's a chance that he could get caught though. And Gonzales striking is not as technical. He's kind of predictable, but he still throws his hands though, so it doesn't take much, right? Gonzales here is gonna have a 2-inch reach. Striking needs work, predictable, kind of winds up a lot and stutter steps. His telegraph is his strikes, but he still throws it on. He still throw kicks and still throw punches, right? Like I said, Pico's boxing, you know, it stands out more. He's gonna be a better boxer. Gonzales also has wrestling too. And Gonzales is mentally tough, man. He's physically, mentally tough, and he has a heart, and he's going to keep going and going. He's not going to give up. But he can get taken down, though. He can get taken down, right? And this is a guy that was in the Contender Series, if you guys remember. I was in, I fought Zach Zane back in 2019 in the Contender Series, right? I'm liking Pico here for the win, guys. I feel Pico's better everywhere. He just... you know, Pico comes in there and mix it up and just don't get carried away, then he should win the fight and don't get caught by a shot. So I'm liking Pico, and I'm going to say Pico by KO TKO, guys, in the second round, and I'm not confident because, like I said, Pico's supposed to can win, but with guys that, you know, just who can get hurt, and, you know what I'm saying, it's just... it's ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? Like you just see, I mean, Pico is good, but Justin Gonzales, you know, the guy is a grinder, and he will throw his hands and he will fight. You know what I'm saying? If Pico get caught, then it's over. But I got Pico. I'm not confident. KO TKO second round. Tyrell Fortune versus Linton Vassell. Fortune here is pretty well rounded wrestler here. Strong wrestling base. He has potential. Also has striking too. But again, this is the next guy that can drop the ball too. You know, he lost his fight against Tim Johnson where he got caught by a punch and he just went out. So that never happened again. But like I said, you know, you're fighting experienced guys like Vassell. You know, with Vassell, he's going to have a 2-inch of height and a 5-inch reach, which is massive. And Vassell used to be a 205er that moved up to heavyweight, right? So this guy going to have a massive reach advantage. The thing about Vassell though is that he can get taken down, but he's been working on it though. But against Fortune is more of a grindy wrestler. Fortune gonna be the better wrestler here, right? Because that's his base, that's his main thing. If Fortune come in here and get that takedown like what he did when he fought Matt Mitron, okay, and then he pulled off a quick submissions by strikes, okay, cool. But if Fortune come in here and then kind of screw up with Linton Vassell. I mean, Vassell strikes heavy. You know, he got the reach, he got the kicks, he got the combinations. It could be early night for Fortune, right? So Fortune need to come in here and then sets up a game plan. You know, to get this fight to the ground as quick as possible. And like I said, Sergio Kavanagh, Ronnie Marcus was all grown and pound. So he's working on his ground game, man. He's working on his ground game, man. So. This is the next one too, guys. I'm not confident in it either. because Tyrell Fortune, he can drop the ball, and against experienced guys, it can happen. And Vassell's an experienced guy. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Bader, Phil Davis, Mohamed Loyal, Remy Shokoju. Yeah, just like he's an experienced guy. I believe this guy was a champion at one time too. Yeah, I'm going Tyrell Fortune here, but not confident again, guys. And I'm gonna say Tyrell Fortune by KO most likely ground and pound from the takedowns, but I ain't confident. And like I said, Vassell land the shot, and then Fortune is there to get hit. Then you can see Vassell pulling off a KO. It's damn possible. All right, not confident. Fortune KO first round. Main fight in the card here, guys. We have Cris Cyborg versus Sinead Kavanagh. Oh man. Cris Cyborg here. Cris Cyborg is going to be more of a rounded fighter here. Very aggressive, heavy hitter. Got the power, speed, timing, ground game on point. She got the 4-inch of reach and a 2-inch of a height. Very, very, very experienced. I mean, the only person is Amanda Nunes, and I believe it was... She lost a kickboxing match here, and she lost against... It's for her first fight here. But this girl here, man, Cris Cyborg, man, she packed power, man. She's good, and the striking is good. Everything about her is good. She's dominant everywhere, man. Sheen, or I call her Sheen. Sheen. I'm gonna call her Sin. Sin. Sin here. She swings heavy, man. I mean, she has potential. Has a lot of power too. She's mentally strong. She got the heart, and she's durable, and she will stay on you. A lot of forward pressure. Come forward, a lot of forward pressure. The only thing about that, you know what I'm saying, you're coming forward like that, it may benefit you, because that's what Amanda Nunes did. Amanda Nunes came forward onto Cyborg and just let the hands go. Sin, you know, she kind of has that ability too to throw a barrage of punches, and she hit heavy, and she can box, right? Her head or chin is up high though. That's the thing I noticed. And with the chin and head high up like that, and she's hittable, I mean, that's just it right there. You know what I mean? I mean, her takedown defense is not bad, but like I said, she will swing. But with Cris Cyborg is accurate. And if you come into her swinging, she can get countered and get caught in the chin, because her head is up and she's hittable. I'm liking Cyborg here, guys. I'm going to say Cyborg by second round by KO, TKO. And I'm actually confident in this one, guys. Confident in this play here. Like I said, Sin, you know what I mean, she has potential and she can throw, but I see some stuff from her where her face, she get hit. You know, nothing wrong with dropping your hands and fighting like that, but when you're not really moving out the range of the shots and you're not moving your head, then dropping your hand is like, if you ain't gonna move your head or your feet, then you're gonna get hit. If you're dropping your hands, you gotta be able to move your feet as well as your head. That's the whole point of dropping your hands. If you're not gonna move your head and your feet, you gotta keep your hands up. So that's one thing I noticed. So I like Cyborg, guys, second round, KO, TKO. Quick look at the odds here, guys. See what we're working with. Ethan Hughes and Muhammad. Oh man, Hughes is, it's not Hughes, and Muhammad is freaking high. Man, 800, 1,000. They're definitely sure that Sebi gonna win, huh? See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Sebi's supposed to can win this fight, guys. He's supposed to. He's a more dominant wrestler here. He has the physical strength and he's very athletic. Way athletic than Hughes, and he has a stronger point to him, which is his wrestling. The guy's an Olympian, so all he needs is a takedown, and Hughes can get taken down. Hughes can get taken down, basically, easily. I mean, the guys that are taking Hughes down are not even any wrestlers, really. And Hughes is supposed to be a wrestler, so Sebi is supposed to win this fight. But the odds on him is still high, and do I agree? Kind of, but I still be careful. Newman and Shane. Newman is 600 straight across. Obviously, I disagree with this fight here because Shane is not bad, man. The guy is not bad. His striking not bad. He can get taken down though, but is Newman going to come in here and take him down? That's the whole thing. If you look at the Hughes striking is tip tap. His tip tap strike is nothing really to do no damage. He's peppering shots. I believe Sebi hits harder than Ethan Hughes does. Sebi pack more power. With Jordan, Newman, and Shane though, Shane pack power and Shane know how to strike. I disagree with the odds here though. This one, I'd be careful with it. I do believe Newman should win the fight, but I disagree with the odds. Be careful with this one, guys. Turner and Valerie. Valerie is 400, straight across, 500. I believe Valerie should win this fight, guys, because Taylor Turner is a little bit slower, the movement. She can get taken down. She needs to get your back. You know what I'm saying? And Valerie going to be the quicker, can hit harder, she can get the takedowns. And so I expect Valerie to win this fight. So I don't really disagree with the odds, but still be careful though. Cody Law, negative 2,000 straight across. I don't disagree. I mean, this is a fight for Law to win easily. So, and this is my confident pick. Turnquest and Roman 700 straight across, 600, 900. I slightly disagree a little bit because Robert is an experienced guy. So if he can get this fight to the ground, and keep it there, could be problems, but Roman is supposed he can win this fight. Supposed he can win it. So I'm not like huge and like, oh man, I totally disagree. But I say be careful. Alright? But it's not like it's not like Newman and Shane. Like Newman and Shane, I say I totally disagree. Okay? So this one I don't totally, but still be careful. Ellen and Yanez. Ellen is 200 straight across. I disagree. This is an even fight, guys. Ellen and Dirty Des, even fight. Be careful. Cleveland and Morrow, 600 straight across for Steve. Totally disagree. This fight is an even fight. I totally disagree on the odds in here. This one is one of the fights where I can see like a big upset. I can see Cleveland pulling off a win here. This is probably one of the most fights, or maybe one of the biggest ones on the card. I can see a big upset. I can see Cleveland possibly beating Steve, man. So Steve being 600 and something, 500? Freaking be careful, and I totally disagree. Cleveland is a very experienced guy. It's an even fight. Be careful. I have Steve winning, but not 600. If it was even, yeah, but 600? Nah. Very careful. Arlene and Pam. Arlene is 185, should have crossed 200, 200. I totally disagree. Because Pam can get takedowns and Pam can grind. And if she can push the wrestling and grind, she can get a split decision. This fight right here, Arlene and Pam, even fight. Be very careful with this one. Pico and Justin Gonzales. Pico at 300, should have crossed. I don't really disagree too much. Pico supposed to can win this fight, but Pico can also drop the ball if you get caught by a shot. And Gonzales is a dog. He's going to keep coming. He's an undefeated guy. Got wrestling. His striking is not as technical as Pico, but he does throw his hands and he does throw kicks. So I do think Pico's supposed to can win. I'm not like totally against it, the odds, but still be careful. Linton and Fortune. Fortune is 200, 175. Okay, they probably see something here. Though, you see, Fortune's not such a high favorite. No, you see that? They actually see something here. Do I disagree with the odds in this one? 175, 190. Yeah, I will go a little lower, man. Close to even. I will have Fortune maybe edging it like a tiny bit, but it's a very even fight, close to even fight for me, man. So I'll be very careful with Fortune. I'll be careful with Fortune, man. Be careful with this guy, man, because he could drop the ball. Because Linton is not a bad fighter, and he's gonna have the range, the reach, height, and he can hit. And it look like he's been working on his ground, so be careful. Cris Cyborg and Sin. Cris Cyborg is 2,000 straight across. Yeah, I mean, hey, of course. I mean, Sin can throw though, man. So there's a possibility she could catch her with a punch, man. Strong possibility, man. I mean, she can throw the hands, but I just see Cyborg pulling off a win here, man. And this, from what I see from Sin, I see some things where her head is there to get hit, and she will be right in front of you and don't move the head, and the hands are down and she don't move her legs, so she's hittable. You know what I mean? She does have that flow to her where she will bounce in and out, and then the hands go quick and everything like that, the quick combinations. But yeah, man, I like Cris Cyborg here. I don't disagree with the odds though, but I wouldn't parlay too much or put Cris Cyborg in too much parlays. I mean, it's not worth it. probably do more prop, like Cris Cyborg, you know, pulling off the win, second round or something. I think that's what I have, right? By KO TKO. Yeah, guys. So the fact that I disagree with Fortune and Linton, I disagree with Arlene and Pam. I disagree with Rakim and Steve. I disagree with that. Bruna and Desiree, Dirty Des. I disagree with that. Robert and Roman slightly, but not too much. Jordan, Newman, and Shane. I disagree with that one. Be careful with that one, man. Be careful with Jordan, Shane, and Rakim and Steve. Ethan Hughes and Sebi. Slightly, but not too much. Sebi's supposed to can win that. So that's about it, guys. That's my odds breakdown there, guys. Subscribe to this channel. Hit the thumbs up, guys. Sign up to my Patreon account. I will be dropping the UFC pretty soon, probably by tonight or tomorrow. Try to get it out early to you. And one love out to everybody, man. Keep on kicking. Os.